What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cloud Slayer channel. Back with another Monday ramble. Hope you guys are doing well, as usual. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, especially if you like the content. If you're returning, hey guys, welcome back. I appreciate you guys tuning in and liking the video and stuff like that. I do hear some feedback in person and stuff like that. But if you don't know me and you want to ask any kind of questions, just hit me up in the comment section down below. If you have a story to share, stuff like that, cool life experiences. Hey man, reach out to me. I put my email in the description. So not this description, but my channel description and stuff like that. So it's going to be cloudslayer53@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in talking or anything like that, jumping on a podcast, whatever. I'm down to do whichever. We can do it on Discord. If I know you, we can do it in person, stuff like that. So I got the pleasure of interviewing Eli this past weekend. It was awesome. I was sore as crap. I kind of had a headache and stuff like that, but grinded through it. I had Dragon Boat the day before, and good thing it was only 2 Sprint Cup races, but I don't know. It's kind of weird when you slip and slide on that big old Dragon Boat. It's easy to pull a muscle or something like that, and I think that's what I did I felt like in my hip area or lower back. So, but I feel a lot better today. Had some rest this weekend. Stuff like that. You gotta ice and rest your wounds, or take medicine for it, whatever. People do different things. But usually it's a little bit more sleep to heal up the body, right? So your body and your mind. But regardless, let's jump back to that. I want to thank Eli for coming on. It took courage for him to come on here and, face some of the things that have been kind of like holding him down, within and physically, because you kind of touch on some of those subjects where, people were just kind of harassing him, and that can be very difficult to come back from, and it's hard to keep walking forward when people are there constantly trying to bash you down or, stuff like that, because we don't know what happens, what people experience and stuff like that. So I mean, people probably called me crazy for talking about UFOs, which, you know what? I don't give a crap. They have their own points of views and stuff like that. And I knew what I saw. I was in a vehicle with multiple other people that seen the same thing, and how scared they were, and like, I don't know, look, because I talked about that little part of the UFO experience with that I experienced when I worked at Walmart and stuff like that. But it was like a day off. We went to Walmart. We were coming back. It was probably about midnight, and that's when that stuff occurred. And then I remember my dad was like so scared. I never seen my dad so scared in my life, and it made everybody else in the car so scared. Everybody could feel that energy. We get in the house. We get home, get in the house, and he's locking the doors, and I'm like, Dad, I don't think that's gonna do nothing, man, because if UFOs are that advanced, they'll just fucking melt the doors or something, or teleport through. So it was awesome, but and then I'm also a big believer in ghosts and stuff like that too. A lot of people think people are crazy for believing in ghosts, but I don't know. Almost every house I lived in growing up had like some type of ghost, or even my grandpa's house. It was weird because my grandpa's house, we lived in Crystal, Minnesota. We heard like a loud little kid scream, and we were all upstairs, nobody was down in the basement. We went and checked out the basement, and that's what made it the most creepy, And they believed like behind his bar down in the basement was where that spirit resided at, and nobody really wanted to fuck with it. There was, when I was a kid, my mom said that I'd talked to somebody in the kitchen, and she was like, "Who are you talking to, son?" And then I told her it was some guy in red. It was a guy. He was dressed like a burglar, and he had blood all over his shirt. And I was talking to him, and I said he was a nice guy or whatever, but it creeped my mom out. So who knows? I don't know. I don't know if that burglar person had anything to do with that little girl scream. Who knows? Uh, they're past people and stuff like that. So possibly, who knows? Maybe I was just a weird kid and stuff like that. But in our beliefs, Native beliefs that kids are closer to the spirit, to the Creator, God, whoever you call them, and from that, they came closer from that other side. So that's why they're able to see them and communicate with those beings. Because we don't know if this is all a simulation. We don't know if this is just some weird ass coincidence, I guess. But one thing's for sure is that people's energies can be left back here on Earth or with those that they love and stuff like that. So, I believe that. You might not believe it. Who knows? But I'm a firm believer in that stuff. And, that's not the only kind of ghost encounter that I've ever had. And with some of these encounters, I had those with like some cousins and stuff like that, older cousins and whatnot, who were like, that shit's all BS, and yeah, they didn't think that after that. They were some of the biggest scaredy cats, and these are some tough people, like they're out there doing weird stuff. I'm not gonna say what they do and stuff like that. I don't want to oust them and stuff like that because I love my family, even though you don't talk to them for many years possibly or whatever, because life just takes you in different directions, and it just life kind of pulls people apart sometimes. And usually, I don't know, from my experience of growing up and what people say, because usually when people say it through your whole life, that seems to be more true when you get older, right? So people only come together when there's like funerals and stuff like that. But what drives you apart? To me, it could be childish BS and stuff like that, which it seems like it. And as you get older, it continues to become more and more childish. Sometimes it seems like, like for some reasons people fight, and even for reasons that you get upset at somebody that you may love, but sometimes there's a different meaning behind it. I don't know, like, we're all full of our own pride and stuff like that. So it's easy for me to say, sorry about that. There's a spider on my phone. Didn't see him, but it might seem childish to somebody else, but that might have been somebody's last straw. So there's a reason for it, and hopefully you can learn from it, pick up from it, and stuff like that. And like, is what it is. I like to say that, but I like to give a shout out to everybody that tunes into this. I appreciate it, all the love and the support, especially from some of my really good friends. Maddie's always a big one there, so Maddie, some of my family, my little sister for sure, Minda Muye, Mindy, love you, little sister. And just random other friends and family through the years, just or through this time since I started, telling me to keep going and stuff like that. And even people I didn't think that really even thought of me anymore, so it ties into some of those other rambles I talk about, when you never know who's thinking about you, who has you on their mind, but might not know how to say anything or something like that, and whatever's holding them back ultimately holds them back. So just keeps them away. Their life, they might think the same thing that you're thinking, like, oh, that guy don't think about me anyway, so maybe my voice doesn't matter if I say this or that or another thing, and it becomes almost contagious, and you're doing it, they're doing it, everybody's doing it to everybody, and then everybody feels isolated and alone who's who kind of picked that up from you or something, but it's also hard to say stuff because you just don't want to rub people the wrong way sometimes, or which is understandable, but is what it is. Oh man! But anyways, I just had this short ramble. Wanted to thank Eli and everybody that supports and watches and stuff like that. And I hope to bring out more content. Still talking to a few other people, and they're just not ready to have an interview yet for some of these people, and it's understandable. You might never be ready, and I understand that. It took me many years to start to even do stuff like this, to find the courage within to talk and get over my own insecurities and stuff like that. No matter how big or small they are, you don't know how it affects another person, especially if they're not you. It's easy just to speculate and say it's X, Y, and Z when in all reality, you don't know. So, I want to help people share their stories, share their lives with us. And, I always appreciate it. I appreciate when they come out and stuff like that. Because life's not only short, but it's also valuable. So it's probably valuable because it's short, So, and, you can all wish for immortality or whatever, but would you really appreciate it then? I probably wouldn't, and you'd probably still be able to die. So it doesn't matter, from some weird accident, or you just be a head underground or something. That would suck. You get your head chopped off and then just in the dirt. We'd probably have like some weird reproductive organs where you can only have like a kid every like 100 years or some shit, or maybe never, just be like a donkey or something. Is that what those are? Donkeys who can't reproduce or whatever after they breed the mule and the horse? Is that what it is? Or is it the mule? I can't remember which one it is. But regardless, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great time, great day, great week, and stay safe. Always laying out tobacco every day. Sema, praying to the Great Spirit and helping guide us in our decisions every day. So love you guys. Peace.